Today is Wednesday, July 15th. Dear playlisters, July is scorching us. Stay cool with the news we have for you today. We have drive-in movie recs, a video game shop to check out, and documentaries you can stream from home or watch at an outdoor film festival. We also have a conversation with two filmmakers, Jessica Dunn and Michael Moskaliuk, who will have their first screening at the Indy Shorts Film Festival. What's new in arts and culture? Let's hear from arts reporter Miskana Weiss.
A lot is up, and especially filmmaking. The first thing is Jody, which is a queer comedy horror film. It's an indie film. It was created by Carla Carter and her production company, Brawless Cowboy. Amazing title, isn't it? Yeah, her film is premiering at the Tibbs Drive-In on July 17th, in tandem with Evil Dead. But the film is set on the east side of Indianapolis. It follows a video vixen who loves rock and roll, her girlfriend, and torturing men in a shed. There's some other things that happen. I don't want to give too much away, but you have to see it for yourself.
You also have a story about a new documentary series that's local.
Yes. So if you haven't heard of it before, Naptown Narratives, created by Lakeisha Larone and Anthony Murdoch, is streaming on Tubi, some of the seasons anyway. So you can catch season 4 and season 5 on Tubi, but the other 3 seasons you can catch on their YouTube channel. But it just highlights what we would call neighborhood celebrities, everyday people who are doing incredible work. So artists, culture workers, as they like to call them, community folks, activists, business owners that are doing great things for the Indianapolis Black community. So it's really fun, really cool to see our city on the map like that.
And you have something for physical media fans.
Yes. So if you really not getting down with all the digital takeover of games and movies and how like streaming reigns supreme now, Old School Outpost, which is located in the Emerson Plaza on the south side of Indy, is where you want to be at, especially Pokemon lovers, enthusiasts, all that. It was started by Stephen Willoughby 4 years ago. He kind of scaled up from yard sales to then a flea market, and now he has his own physical store with his business partner, Luke Marks, and they're running it 7 days a week, so it's fun. They see it as a way to preserve physical media. In case you missed something, see all arts and culture coverage at mirrorindy.org/arts.
What we're doing. Mirror Indy spoke to Jessica Dunn and Michael Moskaliuk, two filmmakers that were awarded $5,000 to make a 5-minute documentary about the past, present, and future of State Street Pub. The small independent music venue has remained a treasured haven for artists from Indy and beyond. The documentary is part of LIFT, a new program by HUDOC's Indiana Humanities, Heartland Film, and Free Press Indiana that helps 5 filmmakers create short documentaries about uplifting Hoosiers. To watch all the films, you can attend the world premiere as part of the Indy Shorts Film Festival, 7:30 p.m., July 21st at Indy Arts Center. Here's what Jess and Mike had to say.
I'm Jess Dunn. I'm an artist and filmmaker.
I'm Michael Moskaliuk. I am an artist, a composer, and a filmmaker as well.
We've always really enjoyed watching documentaries, and I, in the past, had been a part of some documentaries, usually as the animator, doing title cards, lower thirds, or doing animated cutbacks for storytelling. So this is the first documentary that we've done from start to finish. We've filmed everything together, edited together, etc.
You chose State Street Pub as your subject. What led to that decision?
We have been going to State Street Pub now for over a decade, and it's a place that's very dear to us personally. We are also musicians solo, and we have a duo band project that we've played at State Street Pub so many times over the years, and we've noticed that it's truly a standout place that really supports performers and artists. Probably over like the business side of things, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it struggling.
Well, I think it's good to include that because State Street champions artists, namely, they give 100% of the door fee to the bands, and don't take any proceeds for themselves. So that makes it a bit difficult for, just to put that into context, very few venues in the city and in general do that. And so that kind of makes it hard for the State Street to function, like other larger venues do, because Mark puts, money in artists' pockets, essentially.
How did you approach making this documentary?
So our documentary kind of channels Mark as our voice for the community at State Street Pub. So we interviewed him, and then we cut all of that narration into the story, essentially. So Mark reveals the story of State Street Pub and celebrates what's going on in the especially underground music scene here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, State Street is made up of individuals, really, that form a whole, individuals that come with their own unique art practice, be it visual art, music, or a mixture of them. And so we, had a call out for people who wanted to come and say a few words about what State Street meant to them, and then we featured that in the film. And all of those, all the people that came to do that, we featured in the film. And we also really camped out at the at State Street with performances. You know, we would go to shows and not only to enjoy them, but also to film the artists that were playing and performing. And we're just kind of capturing them in their natural habitat, doing what they do, and just trying to really get the energy of the place and the spirit of the place in our doc.
Additionally, we did do a call out. Anyone who wanted to submit archival footage over the past decade, we asked them to go ahead and submit that to us. And we have included 16 different submissions all through this great CRT footage to compile and show off all of the fun events that have happened at State Street Pub. Well, not all of them, just a sampling, because there's really so much rich history that's happened over the past decade. So it was great to involve members of the community who are prominent here to really showcase the eclectic nature of all kinds of events that are happening at State Street Pub.
And the documentary is only 5 minutes long.
Yes, the documentary is only 5 minutes long, which was honestly really challenging because there's so much to say about State Street Pub. There's so much to show off. There's so much rich history. So we're able to kind of distill that down to 5 minutes, which was a challenge.
You are premiering the documentary on July 21st at the Indy Art Center. Do you have a separate screening planned at State Street Pub?
Yeah, so when the initial screenings happened, we wanted to reach out to Mark after and coordinate a screening, because we know all of the people involved, whether they submitted footage or whether they appeared in the film, you know, saying what they love about State Street. We know that all of them would want to see what we've done and see how they were a part of it. So yeah, that's in the works.
Is this your first documentary project together?
We have been working on a documentary about Crown Hill Cemetery for the past year. That's still being finished. So this will be our first documentary that we've created together and are premiering. So yeah, but both will be released this year.
You both have been artists in Indianapolis for a long time. What advice do you have for people that are just getting started?
Sure. So, you know, don't be afraid to say hello and reach out to people who you might not know very well. I found personally when I started getting involved with people who had similar interests, it was easier than I thought to kind of, you know, perform or perhaps even organize a performance with other musicians and artists that I admired. And once I kind of got that ball rolling, then it was kind of really fun to just, you know, keep expanding on that idea. So maybe instead of, you know, involving just musicians, you could involve visual artists as well. And you can create these new events and new ideas that maybe, you know, you thought that weren't possible before or maybe didn't exist before. So yeah, just say hello and reach out, and with similar people, it will just naturally kind of form into something cool.
I would say, you know, being an artist means creating what you want to see in the world. So don't limit yourself. Really be authentic and think about what you want to see. Allow ideas to cross-pollinate with other things, like Michael said. There can be an art show that involves music and painting and performance, maybe video art. So allowing different scenes to cross-pollinate is something that I would love to see more of in the city. But overall, just be yourself and don't be afraid to put out what you want to see in the world.
You mentioned you've been going to State Street Pub for 10 years. Did making this documentary change how you see the place?
I would say not. In fact, it further reinforces what we have seen for the past decade, which is just, again, championing art for art's sake and community as well. Just people gathering who want to see more of what they love and experience what they love in music and art. And I would say it's still going strong as it's ever been.
Sometimes in the art and music scene, it's very broad, but you're only seeing a small niche of that scene. So I feel like making the documentary really reinforced our idea of how eclectic State Street Pub is, with all kinds of performers, all kinds of genres, all kinds of people coming together in one place. Because you can't really be there every single day of the week, although some weeks we have been. But when you see everyone coming together to celebrate the pub, you really see the community and how diverse that community is.
What do you hope is the outcome of people watching your documentary?
One of our hopes is that viewers will be inspired to go to a show and perhaps even book a show of their own, or if they have a project, be it visual art, like Jess said, video art, visual art, music, sound art, that they might be inspired to do that if they have never done that. And maybe State Street is the place to do that at.
We also really hope to give Mark a good shout out and all that he does at the pub that goes on behind the scenes that I don't think people are aware of. Really, every single day, every hour of the day, he's working on the pub and providing that place for people to come in and join in and enjoy art and showcase their art. So we hope that people really see that appreciation that we do have of Mark and all he's done for the scene here, and hopefully inspire people to come out and support. And even people who haven't been to State Street Pub, maybe they're a little afraid to come. Maybe they're like, oh, I don't know anybody here, but kind of encouraging them to go ahead and come out, have a burger. They're really good, by the way. Come out and see a show, because you never know what you're going to see, but it's going to be art for sure.
Thank you so much for visiting us. What else is up, Miss Ghana?
Well, Fountain Square's new cultural lounge, called Untitled, is a multi-use event space for affordable and inclusive community connection. Check out some artist opportunities from the Indie Arts Council. They just listed some new ones, so make sure you get on that now. Taste Indianapolis made a list of espresso sodas. What? If you're not a coffee lover like me, you might not like that. Join a community dance jam, all abilities class, and other dance events happening now through July 19th for the Indie Dance Festival. And last but not least, there's still so much to do in July, so check out my Things to Do story.
Did you know you can listen to playlists on your favorite podcast platforms? Subscribe and get a notification each time we upload a new episode with Indie Arts and Culture News. Thanks for listening. You can reach me at jennifer.delgadillo@mirrorindy.org. I'd love to hear from you.
You can become a champion for local news by supporting community-centered journalism today. Visit mirrorindy.org/donate.
This newsletter was written by me, Jennifer Delgadillo, edited by Amanda Kingsbury, and produced by Miguel Dominguez. Playlist illustrations are by Rebecca Nolan. The audio version of this newsletter was recorded and edited with Joseph Kilborn. The music in the audio version of this newsletter is Treasure Everywhere by Forestero.